Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cock Council. How are we all? Hopefully, all of you are having a fantastic Friday, wherever you are around the world. Hopefully, everyone is good and well. Apologies if my throat sounds ropey. I'm currently ill, so hopefully, everyone is good. Apart from that, and welcome back to yet another match preview show, which, of course, Villa tomorrow, 8 p.m. Of course, very late kickoff for the Reds, of course, before the international break that is coming up, of course. Obviously, after that, we've got a huge week ahead after the international break. But again, we can't look past that. Again, Aston Villa, very, very tough opponents to, of course, talk about as well. Get your guys' thoughts, get your guys' reactions as well in the comments down below as well. Let me know how all of you are as well. And yeah, again, won't be a long show. Be about 15-20 minute show anyway. But of course, wanted to come on to speak about, of course, Liverpool against Villa, which again is a huge game considering. Again, both teams, obviously Liverpool fighting more onto the top end of the Premier League table. But of course, when you look at Aston Villa and what Unai Emery is doing at that football club, again, it's brilliant. The fact that I think they're 3 wins out of 4 in the Champions League. I think they're 6 in the Premier League as well. Look, when you do look at that team, it's a very capable team of hurting you. And look, Liverpool have to be on it yet again at Anfield because. Look, if results go our way this weekend, Liverpool could very well be in with contention to win, to go on to hopefully push then for the rest of the season to go on to win the Premier League title. And who knows what could happen at the end of the year. But I think that if certain results go our way this weekend, especially going into an international break as well, like Liverpool could be, 5 points clear of City. We could be, 10 points clear of Arsenal as well, which that would be huge in itself. And of course, obviously, you've got the other teams around, like I mentioned, in terms of Villa as well, beating them. Chelsea, lurking around the top 4 as well, obviously pushing into the title race. Forest as well, look, you can't rule that out at the moment because, of course, look, they're 3rd at the moment, I believe, in the Premier League as well. So look, it's very much a pushing boundaries type thing when you look at it. That look, they could very well push the rest of the big boys around, and look, I think for sure, look, nothing is settled yet. Again, we're finally seeing Liverpool, I think, flourish now. Certainly the last week or two. Of course, certainly in the Champions League midweek, and of course against Brighton last week, but still huge games as well, and very tough games as well to hopefully get through as well. Because look, at the end of the day, Liverpool, if we can beat Villa, that would be a huge statement yet again for Arne Slot as well, and especially going into an international break as well. That's another huge thing in itself anyway. But big up Tom as well, who are doing well as well. But yeah, guys, let me know your guys' thoughts, because for me, obviously, looking at it, and especially looking at Villa as well, looking at how well that team is and looking at how well they've done in the past couple of weeks as well. Looking at the, obviously, league table results, 5 wins, 3 draws and 2 defeats. Obviously, plus 2 goal difference as well. Obviously, more recently, of course, not so good because, again, I think they lost to Tottenham, didn't they? I think 4-1. So that's something maybe to take positive out of, that Liverpool and obviously Arne Slot can change a few things. I think he joked about it today, didn't he, in the press conference, that Unai Emery's teams played very much similarly for the last few years, but then also joked that Xabi Alonso played Victor Boniface at left wing midweek as well. So again, there could be some unexpected things. I think obviously the big one for Liverpool coming into it as well, for me anyway, I don't know about you guys in the comments. I think when we talk about team selection and like what could we expect for for the game on the weekend, I think obviously the big conversation is around the midfield. Again, I think that a lot of people may suggest that, again, look, Ryan Gravenberch keeps his place, Alexis McAllister obviously next to him, and then I think it is between those two for Arne Slot to pick from, in terms of does he pick from Curtis Jones, does he pick from Dom Szoboszlai, and at the present moment in time, would you turn around and say that Curtis Jones is undroppable? Probably. At the minute, I would say so. I think Dom Szoboszlai, again, when he has been in the team, I think all of us have said it's so far this season that he needs to play through it. And then, of course, hopefully then once he gains a bit of form, hopefully then he picks up even better. And I think there's been 2 games this season where he's been really good. And then the rest of them, it's been inconsistent again. And you look at midweek, you look at Curtis Jones, you look at the pass to Luis Diaz. That was, a sensational pass for his goal. And I think you do look at it, and you look at how you look in particular how well that had an effect on that, and how well Curtis Jones, certainly when we play more towards the 2-8s instead of the instead of maybe the double pivot, and then that third midfielder, when obviously Macca's pushing a bit more forward, that obviously helps in that category as well. So I think, look, tomorrow I do think Curtis Jones will start out of the 2, but I know there's been a lot of conversation around who should start. Should it be Dom Szoboszlai? Should it be Curtis Jones? I think at the moment you probably play Curtis Jones because he's banging form at the moment, but again, it's not so bad, is it, realistically, having a player like Dom Szoboszlai come off the bench? But it's also saying that he needs to step up. It's plain and simple. He needs to step up. He needs to, when he's called upon, he needs to be that guy that pushes Liverpool forward. Because I think he's already been quite honest in terms of, if you're not good enough, you're not good enough to, push the Liverpool team forward, then, look, we may look at other options potentially in the future. And for me, I think Dom Szoboszlai and Curtis Jones, I think they have very good potential in the team. But again, even for one or the other, or even both, if both of them ain't good long term, then I think Liverpool should look for alternatives. But at the moment, I think that is the big conversation. Is it going to be Curtis Jones? Is it going to be Dom Szoboszlai? And at the minute, it's Curtis Jones, because the last 3 or 4 performances he has had, he's been really, really good in that 10 position. As well, which I think is his best position for the club as well. Anyway, but big up Jimbo as well. Hope you're doing well. 8 o'clock kickoff under the light at Anfield is hugely in our favour. We have got to take advantage of that. Yeah, it'll feel like a European night again, like we did midweek. You look at the Champions League as well. Pretty much Liverpool and Villa going into obviously the Champions League midweek with the top 2 teams. Obviously Liverpool now the top team and clear of that as well. And look, it's very much the case of Liverpool and Villa. You look at it over the last couple of years, it's been very, very close. Obviously, I know Villa fans will automatically go, oh, the 7-2 and this, that, and the other. But even, when you look at last season in the reverse game, Liverpool won 3-0. Obviously, I think Unai Emery played a very high line in that game in particular, which obviously Darwin Núñez and Mo Salah exploited quite heavily last season. But I think even when you do look, looking at the games now, obviously the away fixture, we drew 3-3. Obviously, I think we were 3-1 up in that game and bottled it in particular. Again, 1-1 at Anfield. I know we beat Villa, I think 3-1 on Boxing Day it was. And, I think I remember that game was very, very close as well. So, again, it's not going to be an easy game. To play under or against Unai Emery in that sense, and it never is, and look, we always say that Liverpool need to start quicker in games. Like, how many times have we turned around and gone so far this season that Liverpool, they need to do a bit better? I think midweek, was a really good example of Liverpool can step up the tempo, but they're not afraid to wait games out in that sense. We wasn't panicking in the first half, or like what we've done over years and years, the way like potentially Liverpool may go for it where it's unnecessary and try and, when we talk about being more methodical in our approach to games, that's what I think Arne Slot's system is, and what we've kind of adapted to ourselves as well, where Liverpool, we won't, if Liverpool can get ahead in the first 45 minutes, sounds brilliant. But defensively, we don't look like we're going to go and concede at the moment, especially at home. It doesn't look like we're going to concede. But then second half, then, Liverpool seem to, or, Arne Slot's Liverpool seems to have this idea that, oh yeah, of course we can just break teams down. Second half, we change one or two things, and we just absolutely batter them, and then quick fire goals. Same what happened, for against Brighton and Leverkusen, as well. Which hopefully again that happens, of course, against Villa tomorrow anyway. But pick up Villa fan as well, saying as a Villa fan, I think you guys will batter us tomorrow. We just don't seem up to scratch at the moment, technically and fatigue, I think it is, tactically and fatigue as well. Well, to be fair, I think like it'll be a close game. I'm not gonna sit here and go, "Oh, Liverpool 3-0." Even though I want to, no, I'm joking, but like it's gonna. It'll be a tight, close game. It will be. It always is with Villa, as of recent memory, as well. Taking a look at the teams as well. Obviously, I know that obviously Ollie Watkins is obviously a main threat in that, as well. I think he's got 5 goals, 2 assists so far this season in the Premier League alone, which again is great. But you've also got the asset coming off the bench in terms of John Duran as well, which again, we've all seen, haven't we, so far this season, how devastating he's been for Villa. Excuse me. Certainly, like, was it 30, 40 yards out? You're just going bang one top bins, as well. So it will be tough, and it'll be a very tactical game, I feel, tomorrow, as well. But for me, I think Liverpool will just nick it, and stay top of the Premier League as well going into the international break. But big up Damo as well, saying Curtis deserves to start on current form, but Dom does a lot of work pressing, tackling, closing off passing channels, etc. Curtis coming on after an hour offers a threat. Tiring opponents. Yeah, I would agree. Look, I rate Dom Szoboszlai. I know, obviously, I've had a couple of arguments with people that don't personally rate Dom Szoboszlai. I rate Dom Szoboszlai. I think he's a brilliant player. I think he has a bag full of potential, but I also think that at the moment he's not playing good. And I think you have to be realistic with it. Like, again, if Curtis Jones is better, then again I want that for the team. Excuse me. But at the present moment in time as well, like, it's again, whoever starts and who doesn't start. Again, that's not a good or bad thing. Look, at the end of the day, both of them are very, very good players. Obviously, the big problem for Liverpool at the moment is we've got 2 very good midfielders in terms of McAllister and Gravenberch, who are pretty much undroppable week in, week out. And obviously it's going to be a big question mark in January whether or not, if we go after another 6 or another McAllister type player, because I know certainly going into the season, I know Arne Slot did very much like Curtis Jones playing a bit more deeper and having that role, obviously a bit more aligned to, of course, Alexis McAllister. But I feel like, for me, Curtis Jones is very much a 10. He's not a 6, or he's not a hybrid of a 6 or an 8. He's very much a 10. I don't know whether or not if anyone else would agree with that. Sorry, Chan, I'm just quickly checking something, but he's not. He's not, for me, he's not a 6 or an 8. He is very much a 10, or he can be that 8 that is more advanced going into a 10, as well. For me, anyway. I know, obviously, certain people will have different different thoughts and different ideas when it comes to Curtis as well, and even Dom as well, because I know, of course, different people have different opinions on it as well. But Damon says, would love to be a fly on the wall in Arsenal's changing room if they drop points for Chelsea. Arteta looks like he'd blow a gasket even when they're doing well. Well, to be fair, I think if you look at Arsenal at the minute, of course, the hinges have definitely flown off at the minute. Considering the fact that what they've pretty much got, what Edu's gone, Arteta at the moment not playing the best of football. Like so this weekend could be huge for Liverpool and City. When we talk about it being in a two-horse race in that sense, and how it has been over the last couple of years for Liverpool and City. I think if Liverpool were to go 10 points clear, I can't see Arsenal getting that back. I can't see Liverpool losing 3 games and Arsenal not losing any, if you get what I mean. I can't see, like, for me, I can't see Arsenal recouping 10 points from Liverpool. I don't, and look, it may happen, who knows? But in also me saying that, I also don't see them coming back from City as well. Excuse me. But that's just my opinion. I don't think Arsenal can catch both Liverpool and City with them dropping points at the minute. And quite clearly, judging from the reports that were coming out midweek, it looks like the club didn't want Calaflori, or at least didn't want to pay a huge fee for him. And there was a bit of an argument there in terms of how much, of course, they wanted to spend on him. Obviously, I think Real Madrid come in with interest, and obviously when Real Madrid come in, you straight away, try and get them ASAP. But look, at the end of the day, Arsenal, for me, they need to go and sign a creative midfielder or need to go and sign a creative forward because, excuse me, as for me anyway, I think Arsenal are massively lacking creativity. I look at us. I look at City, I look at Arsenal. I think for us, our problem is maybe depth in terms of the six in the quality region. I think where you look at Ryan Gravenberch has been excellent for Liverpool this season so far. Wataru Endo, he's a really good player for Liverpool, but is he that same caliber player as what Gravenberch has been this season? I would say no. Of course, not saying Salvatore Endo because we saw against Brighton when he came on and solidified the midfield and got the game pretty much settled for Liverpool. But Liverpool may need that extra quality in there to push them on again. Similar how we did with Luis Diaz, where realistically, did Liverpool need to go and sign Luis Diaz in that season? Probably not. But what Luis Diaz did, he created such a positive atmosphere and such a, oh my God, we've got this, a brilliant winger coming into the football club. And look at that, 6 months, his first 6 months of Liverpool was amazing. And so far this season, he's doing the same thing. Look, I know plenty of people will say, oh, maybe Gakpo should start tomorrow as well. That's again, I can't sit here and go, oh yeah, Gakpo deserves to get dropped or Lucha deserves to get dropped because both of them don't at the present moment in time. But obviously, I think some people might have Nunes in their teams and so on. But I think for at the moment, I think both I say both, but every single player at the minute at Liverpool is showing why they're in this team and why they're in the squad, and that's what you want. As well, because look at the left back area as well for us. Look at Costas and Robbo. I think for me, Costas is undroppable, and I think loads of people have also had that same opinion of Robbo needs to do more to get his place back, because at the minute Costas, he's not putting a foot wrong in games. He's not. It's not like if he's costing Liverpool points or anything like that. He's winning Liverpool points in that sense. Excuse me. So for me, I think, look, Liverpool definitely. Every player at the moment is fighting for their place, and I love that. I love that within a team. The fact that then elevates in the quality of the team as well. I like that type of feeling anyway. To be fair, but I'm going to go into starting 11 predictions. Anyway, anyone watching, then please do let me know your starting 11 predictions as well. This is mine as well for tomorrow, of course, at 8 p.m. Kickoff is anyway. It is on TNT, I think it is. The game, I know City, Brighton are on at 5:30. And then obviously Liverpool and Villa are then on at 8 o'clock, and straight after it as well. But yeah, my starting line prediction: Keller in goal, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Ibu Konate, Virgil van Dijk. I think that them two have been immense this season, as well. Well, to be fair, as well as Costa Simicas. Midfield two of Ryan Gravenberch and Alexis McAllister. And like I said, for me, I think Curtis Jones will start in the 10. Be surprised if he didn't start in the 10, if I'm being honest. But again, who knows? Maybe slot me, go with the front four. Who knows? But yeah, no. And then obviously the front three for me, anyway, we've got Salah, Nunez, and Diaz for me anyway. I know, obviously, like I said, Gakpo and Diaz are undroppable, but I think you'll bring Nunez back in for that pacing behind. Obviously, playing against Pau Torres as well, and seeing, certainly last week, I think Spurs, got in behind Villa quite easily when obviously they were pacing behind. So again, hopefully that's the same anyway for us. Of course, obviously bringing Gakpo on again is another quality level, of course. Anyway, but for me, I was going to say score predictions. Anyway, big up Cal as well. Going with 4-0 Liverpool. I love your optimism, Cal. I really do. For me, anyway, I'm going to go 2-1 Liverpool. I think it'll be another 2-1. I think we will concede. Actually, no, I'm going to go 2-0. I'm going to go positive. I'm going to go clean sheet again. But I'm going to go 2-0. I think it'll be close. It'll be a tough game. But for me, 2-0 Liverpool. I'm going to go with personally. I know other people will go, 4-0, 5-0, 3-2. My original score was going to go 3-1, but I think 2-0. Go with that. And hopefully, clean sheet yet again at Anfield for Keller and for Liverpool as well. I think that would be our 6th clean sheet in the Premier League, or I think at the moment. So again, that would be great if we could do that anyway. But both goals, Mohamed Salah and Virgil van Dijk for me anyway. Give Virgil van Dijk on a corner. Anyway, be Mo Salah to score as well for the Reds anyway. But I am going to leave it there for tonight. Apologies for the short show. My voice is gone. We were meant to do a tactics video yesterday for you guys, and yeah, the voice was gone. So apologies for that. Again, I am currently ill, so hopefully you guys will take it easy on me. Of course, hopefully tomorrow will be the post-match show, of course, as well. Hopefully, me speaking about Liverpool beating Villa as well. But yeah, no, tomorrow will be the post-match straight after the footy as well. So probably be around 10 o'clock tomorrow at some point as well. If you guys would like watch-alongs as well after the international break, we may even do some of them as well, depending if we feel like it. As well as if you'd like watch-alongs, of course, do let me know in the comment section down below as well, because again, it's very much appreciated as always. But until next time, guys, that is definitely going to be it from me, because I feel like I'm going to absolutely cough my head off in a minute. Anyway, but big up to you guys anyway as well. Thank you very much for tuning in. Big up Dave, big up Cal as well, obviously the Villa fan as well, and obviously Tom for popping in as well. Very much appreciate the support as well, guys. Thank you very much. But yeah, no, hopefully I'll be speaking to you tomorrow with Liverpool, hopefully more clear at the top of the Premier League table. Anyway, fingers crossed. But yeah, I've been Connor from the Cop Council. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ta-ra.